oh yeah. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. Better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
My pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Today. What up? What up? Woo! Let's smoke it out. Finally made it to the weekend. What up? What up? Let's see who's up in here. Stranger up in the house. What are you smoking on over there, stranger? Dion in the house. Skull Gang. Hey, Dion, we haven't heard you talk about the legal weed over there yet. Yesterday we had Ricky Williams on the show, and Dennis asked when we're going to get some Highsman out in Minnesota now that it's legal. And he said by next football season it should be there. Let's see. Minnesota Marty in the house. What up? What up? Crispy, a wizard can never be late. He's always on time. Yeah, exactly, stranger. Always set the stoner standard time. What up, Song? What up, Dennis? Let's smoke it up, bro. Marco, good evening from the future. And Dennis said YouTube needs to get rid of this damn heart. And seeing what is it like? Does it do anything? I mean, I know once you click it, it's supposed to like the video, but it doesn't like go away. When like if you click the heart, it doesn't go away. That's what I was assuming, but let's see. Ooh, sour banana sherbet. So I switched it back up. I switched it back up to the pink runts for this one, but the jars that I got in front of me, I got Donnie Runts, I got Diamond OG. And I got Do-si-dos. So, yeah, we could try some of those here. Ha, hell yeah, at the outside. I can't fucking wait, dude. I'm going to be first in line like a kid in the candy store. Hell yeah. And, I mean, one thing about it, I mean, if you get good weed either way, like right now, I just feel like the nostalgia of the dispensary is going to wear off like super, super quick. Just because, I mean, they charge so much. But I did see Dennis. Dennis, what did you say yesterday? You said that they're only taxing like 10% or something like that. Yeah, what was the... weird. Okay, you clicked it and then you saw the emotes. I wonder what's up with that. I mean, I guess it's just YouTube trying to get people a little bit more interactive. But yeah, quit putting shit in front of the chat. All right. And Bogey said he'll be in here in a few. All right. Let's see. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch the episode yesterday with Ricky Williams, fucking epic. Fucking epic. But I'll put the link in the chat. That was a great show yesterday. And what was another good show? We did the Butterfly Effect yesterday, and we did our new format for Silver Screen Breakdowns. Fucking epic. Really, really dope episode. If you guys didn't catch that, go check it out. And if you can, and check it out on the Silver Screen Breakdowns channel. Let me see. Let me put the link in there. for that one. That one was a really good one. So definitely go check it out and show some love to the Silver Screen Breakdown channel. We appreciate you. And then don't forget, guys, we need more people liking and subscribing to the podcast. Like, we really, really appreciate all the likes to the podcast, and it's Fantasy Football Hustler and Silver Screen Breakdown. Those are the two podcasts that we're always promoting. So really appreciate you guys going and clicking the subscribe and auto downloads button. Huh, weird. Strangers say tried clicking on the emotes and nada. What the hell, man? Stupid YouTube. Quit doing shit that's just making it annoying for the people watching. Let's see, what else do we got going on? The August event, our man Big Tons just reserved his spot at the 420 Crew Mansion. It is going to be so dope. August 18th, 19th, and 20th. You guys got to figure out how to get to Vegas. It is going to be super dope. We're about 2.5 months away. It is going to be fucking epic. Trust me. Live drafts going all throughout Sunday. We're going to have multiple events like kind of going throughout the weekend. Nelly Nell said he's going to be in attendance. We can even get Ricky Williams in attendance. So, you know, he does the astrology readings. And so he charges for the first time, and which I don't know if it's an hour or if it's a half an hour. But when you do your first like reading with Ricky, it costs like $350. Like, that's how much it costs for like the initial reading, and then after that it's a little bit cheaper, depending on the time. He said if we get 15 people to book at the $300, at the $350, he'll be there. He'll be there for the event. So that's going to be something I'm going to keep throwing out there, because it would be super, super cool to be able to get Ricky to come out to Vegas with us. It would be fucking awesome. Let's see. What did Dennis say? Minnesota capped the tax on marijuana at 10%. You said for locals, right? Like, you have to be a local. You have to be local to Minnesota to get the capped at like the 10%, right? Man, Song, you got to make it, bro. Just somehow, some way, just tell your job like we have something way more important going on. And man, and you're telling them so far in advance too. Like, you'd be telling them months and months in advance. Just, man, Song, just bug somebody. Bug whoever you got to bug. If we got to send Crispy, you know, over there to crack some skulls, we might have to. Oh, man. Woo! First bowl of the day right there. Made sure to get the bong nice and clean. Made sure to get the bong nice and clean before we hit the show today. Woo! That one got me. Yeah, Marty said Bogey said he'll do it. Bogey said he'll do it. They might as well let you off in advance, because Bogey will do it. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What else do we got that is going down? So, let me see. Let me go to the show ideas that you guys gave. I cannot wait. Marty, you're the man for putting the fucking Jeopardy together. I appreciate that. It is going to go down. We're going to have our Jeopardy night this Tuesday. It is going to be at 5 o'clock West Coast time. Looking to see if anybody wants to jump on. I'm pretty sure Bogey said he's going to be there. I'm going to be hosting since I saw the questions and everything, and I had to put the slides together, or at least put it together where I could throw them up on the screen, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we need a few more contestants. I know Jeopardy has 3 contestants, you know, on there. So I think if we had 3 or 4, that's what I would say, 3 or 4, and then I'm going to be hosting, so I won't be playing. But yeah, that's what we want to get. Yeah, and Marty said it's gonna be sick. I'd hop on, but I know all the questions. Yeah, for sure. That's the tough part about being the one to put it together. That's why I usually never get to compete in these trivia games and things like that, unless it's like me and Bogey just going off the top of the dome. Because if we're doing the research, we already know the question. We already know the questions and the answers. And Zach in the house. What up, bro? What is going down? He said if I wasn't so fucked up looking, I'd be down. Man, it's going to be Tuesday. You think the swelling will go down before Tuesday? And, you can always, like not have the video on, just be audio. And Crispy, what up, what up? He said, I asked my boss again. He said, I really don't need to be hanging out with people that worship and smoke the devil's lettuce. Ha! Ha! Oh, Crispy, and don't forget to check the mail today. I sent you those cards. And Dion said we could buy 2 ounces of flour and 8 G's of wax. Okay, and a couple edibles. I think Colorado only allows 1 ounce. Yeah, a lot of places only allow 1 ounce. So that is pretty sweet that you'd be able to buy two zips of flour plus 8 G's of wax. All depends on the quality, right? Because I mean, if it's some super swag or like something like that, like not going to be super excited about getting the 2 ounces of it. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I swear it might be even here in Vegas. I think it might only be 1 ounce. I know in California for a long time it was 1 ounce, but I know things kind of changed. Nice. Song said I got my cards yesterday. Thanks, Huss. All right, there we go. And speaking of the cards, let's see. Speaking of the cards, let's see. What do we got here? All the teams are $10. We're doing a playbook mega box. An Illusions, Blaster Box, and a Don Russ Blaster Box. And the teams available, we got the Cards, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Broncos, Lions, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Patriots, Giants, Eagles, Bucks, and the Titans. So if you want to get in on the mix, it goes down every single Wednesday. And so Zach already took the Niners. Zach's already got the Niners locked in for this week. And so funny, stranger said I couldn't work for someone that calls it the devil's lettuce. Well, the thing that's so funny with Crispy is he is his own boss. So every time he talks about his boss, he's really talking about himself. Oh, Dion said we can also have like 2 pounds at the crib. There you go. I like those laws. Like then there's really just like no getting in trouble. Well, I mean, unless you get caught doing something you're not supposed to be doing, but at least just hanging out and smoking weed, there's no more getting in trouble. What he said, grow like 8 plants and have like 2 pounds. Yeah, that's wild. The 8 plant sounds about right. And in Cali, I believe it's 6, but I think it's like 6 mature plants is what it is. Like 6 plants that are actually like flowering pretty much. So I think you can have like the clones and little babies and stuff. And stranger said Oregon changed to 2 ounces about 6 months ago. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Oregon and Oklahoma, right? They're the ones with just like so much fucking land that they're just kind of like messing it up for everybody. The supply is outweighing the demand. And Marty said, have you ever tried growing Huss? So, no, I've helped a few people when they were kind of like working on their grows, but I never had the space. Like that's what it was. Like every single like place that I was living in, like I guess minus one place that I was there for like a year when we actually did like live in a legit mansion. But yeah, we were just renting and it was like just a year. But yeah, no, never tried. I was always on the different side of things, not on the green thumb side. Dion said still not enough. Exactly.
Smoke weed every day.
And Zach said, I love the Minnesota rec laws. I can run that shit all day. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. Strangers, I could do 4 flowering, 20 under 12 inches, not flowering without a card. That's cool. 6 flowering with the Oregon card. Nice. Nice. Bakes in the house. What up, bro? Let's smoke it up. And Antonio in the house. What up? What up? What is going down, peeps? And I like it. Bakes through the Antoine Dotson in there. Let's get it.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your uncle, cause they rape the damn. You don't have to come and confess, we're looking for you, we gon' find you, we gon' find you, so you can run and tell that, run and tell that, run and tell that, homeboy, home. So you can run and tell that, homeboy.
Look at Bogey back in the day when I first got my medical card, 2005. We're able to have 99 plants and 99 vegging. Oh, yeah, and 99, buddy. What is that, a cheat code? Yeah, fucking wild, man, right when they first started. And you being in the Bay Area is probably a little easier because it was like 24 in San Diego. I remember that. One sec, I'll turn the air on. Yeah, like that's the thing that's wild about like all the weed laws. Like when it wasn't recreational in California, it was like pretty much every county had their own guidelines of like how much you could carry, how many plants you could have, like all that type of shit. Very confusing times because like man, you could yeah, very, very confusing times because like you could be like totally straight in one county and then go to another county and then like totally be in the wrong. Fucking wild. And Bake said, on my way to work, how many to fill the slow draft? Okay, so let me get over to these best ball drafts here. And Dion just joined a handful of them. So we got the slow draft for the wire. That is the 32nd division, and we've got 6 spots left there. We have a slow draft for weeds, and there is 8 spots left there. We have a fast draft for dogma, and there is 8 spots left there. And then we have a slow draft for little rascals, and there's 8 spots left there. So yeah, we got to get some more spots going. And Memorial Day, you know, and all that probably like slowed things down. Probably slowed things down a little bit for people wanting to join the drafts. But I bet now we get back in there. Hey, who's the Facebook user said, wait, what boxes are those? I didn't see them listed. Been AFK the last couple days. What up? So this one up here, we got the Playbook Mega Box Panini. It's one autograph or memorabilia card in there. Super dope cards. We also got the one in the middle is the purple Panini Illusions Blaster Box. And then we got the Don Russ Blaster Box as well. So all the teams, if you see a team without a name over there, it just has the $10. Each team is $10. You could buy one team or you could buy multiple teams. And then any cards that come in from the team that you choose and pay for, all those cards are yours and they get shipped to you. All right. Bogey said, so we would have a bunch of different card holders. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all legal when you got multiple card holders in there. All right. Bake said, give me the little rascals. Let's get it. I'll send links out. After the show. All right. Crispy said, get into the little rascals as well. There you go. All right. And Zach said my dad was growing in Mendocino County and he would have friends just put their medical IDs at the door of the grow. So you'd have hella plans. Yeah, because that's really all you had to have. Like, you didn't have to prove that, like, multiple people, like, live there. Like, you just had to prove that, like, well, multiple people, like, you know, were a part of that. So, I mean, that's what was cool. Is like, literally, yeah, just like you said, motherfuckers would put their recommendations, like, literally just, like, right on the, wherever the grow was. And it was like, yeah, if anything ever happened, like, look, all these people are responsible for it. We're under the legal limit. What up, Devin? Yeah, he said, I just realized on Facebook it doesn't show my name. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I don't know what it's like a privacy thing on Facebook because there's a link that you could click in the description of the show where you can like click it, and then you can allow Facebook to like show your info, but all these extra steps that people like, I don't even want to have to explain and people don't want to deal with. That's why I would say just get over to YouTube, man. Way better. Way better. What Bogey say here was this Bagel and Daisy had to worry about getting getting licked by more people than getting busted by the cops, for sure. That's for sure. All right. I think I told you guys earlier during the week, we're gonna try to start coming up with more like shows that are uploaded where they're like really quick hitters, like 10, 20 minutes, things like that, but making it real quick. Give me some ideas on some shows that you would like to see. So, I mean, here's some ideas that they gave us that we got earlier this week from some crew members. Redraft rankings and IDP rankings. I'm working on the IDP rankings right now. Kind of a game show where we have two players and the stats are showing and you're guessing the players. That would be a cool one. Just got to do a little bit of research on players that we can talk about. Buy low and draft low candidates, and we're always kind of talking about that on our drafts. But yeah, maybe just having a video where we just list off a handful of guys that we're really, trying to acquire late in the drafts or buy low in the drafts. And sell high candidates, and that's usually a little bit easier said than done with the sell high candidates. Bounce back players, that's a good one. Pro tips for gamblers. Okay, yeah. So we're definitely working on that, and we're trying to get Chris with Patriot Sports Radio, getting their crew like over here, but he's going through a lot of shit like over there right now. So, but we're trying to get him as we get closer to the season. Dynasty contenders strategy, dynasty rebuild strategy. Those are some other ones. Big said defensive rankings based on schedule. Okay. You talking about team defense or you talking IDP? Both. Okay. Yeah. And I guess the thing that's kind of tough about the defensive stuff is that since we only know like everything that is going on from like last year, it's kind of tough because a lot of things change. Deep sleepers from every position. Yeah, that's something we could get in. And I mean, I guess that would be the buy low, draft low like candidates, but I'll put that on here. Yeah, and we do like during the season. I don't know if you guys remember last year, but always doing like waivers, and so I would do IDP like waivers, and it would be like I would do players that were probably available in redraft. And then it was like for almost not even the second half, but I would like throw a couple people on the radar who are like super, 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 super deep dives, like deep dives that you could find in the Hustler, dynasty league still. So that definitely will be something that we continue. And okay, or maybe just rankings based on strength of schedule. Okay, for sure. What Dion say here is I was hoping hockey made it back to me. Fuck no, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how late they went, right? Like, I mean, I have like maybe 2 shares of Pitts and then like 2 shares of Hawkinson, and was able to get them both in this one in the 7th and the 8th round. Yeah, I was a little surprised about that, but yeah. Got him. I can't let you Vikings fans like swoop on TJ Hawkinson. Yeah, okay. See, I like the deep sleepers idea. Yeah, because it's got to be like real deep. Like we're talking about guys who are like drafting in like 40th round, like type deep sleeper, because it's going to be for like our style of leagues. But yeah, for sure. We will, that'll be one that we get in the mix. Players you think that are a decent value coming off an injury, okay, like Dobbins or Javante. Okay, so let me see. Would that mix into any of the other ones that we'd say? Would that be bounce back? Would that be the bounce back players you think that would go in that, or are you wanting something different besides that? Bank said it's got to be real deep. Pause. So yeah, I was debating him or Murray, and I had a feeling it wasn't going to make it back either. Let's go. Okay, yeah, Marty said bounce back would work. Okay. Dion, mega pause. I got to be real deep.
Well, obviously.
Oh man, okay. But yeah, there's some good ideas. Let's really like to get ideas from the people who are watching on a constant basis, because I'm sure other people will flock to these videos as well. But yeah, those are some good ideas. Let me see. What are some ideas that I was thinking about? I do like Kidda's idea of the film, like reviewing plays. That always seems like fun. I guess what sucks is being like, like the NFL, like blocking, all that shit, or like us potentially getting, having streams shut down, because of it. But yeah, that's definitely going to be. Yeah, now because redraft season is upon us. I'm still gonna do. We're still gonna get like dynasty content going for sure. Because even though we've been doing dynasty shit since like February, and we like did all of our rookie drafts, the first couple weeks of May, I know that there's still a bunch of people. It's really because of the Facebook group that I know there's a bunch of people still who they're looking for dynasty leagues to join right now, in which we have 3 more spots left in the last dynasty league that we're starting for the season. But yeah, so we are still going to have some dynasty stuff. And the most watched video that we've had over the last couple weeks has been our rookie mock draft with IDP. So that'll be something we probably do like every other week to kind of just keep the ADPs flowing and see how it goes. Oh, I do want to do an IDP only draft, like a mock draft, just one only, where we kind of can set the precedent for here's a really good, just thing to here's a really good thing to reference as far as like ADP, because it's going to be based on savages, like us fucking doing it, who we've been drafting for months. All right, we got Bogey in the house.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Can you dig that, motherfucker? What up?
What up? And
Man.
Marty said, I know it'd be hard, but it'd be cool if you were to get a mock draft with some other YouTubers. See, the thing that's tough is that, like, especially, well, yeah, like, there's only a couple that we really fuck with now. Like, that's what sucks. It's like, there's so much gatekeeping going on that, like, they don't, a lot of people don't like peeps like us. And then because of motherfuckers campaigning against us, there's just a bunch of people who don't do shows with us just because it's not politically correct. How about that? But I did talk to Jordan Raines with IDP, with the IDP Army. He's going to get into one of our best ball leagues.
How's that guy? I don't know. That guy annoys me. IDP Army, and that guy sucks at IDP shit.
Nah, he's good at IDP, but it was really
I don't believe it.
It was everything else. Like the one thing that I don't like about his scoring systems is how he uses a lot of default offense, but he has the IDP 1, 2, 3. So it's almost like IDP is more important than what's it called? Than offense. Zach said, I love how real Bogey is. Got to keep it real. Yeah, Dion said, still debating on that dynasty. There we go. And Bake said, what about week 1 OTA breakdowns for each division? See how the camps are coming along. So probably wouldn't do a week 1 necessarily, but I do like the idea of maybe like divisional, like doing divisional breakdowns just in general. And of course we would talk about the OTAs. Because what would that give us if we did divisional breakdowns? That would be what do we got? 4 divisions per conference, so 8 separate shows that we could do. And okay, so what would be really cool? What would be really cool is if we get some people coming on who were 420 crew members who were fans of like the Vikings, for example. Like when we do if we do the NFC North, you know, we get someone coming on talking about the Vikings, or even if it's like recording a clip and like sending it in, you know, like that's for like something like that. And Bake said hard to start crew, Stevie, Hammer, IDP Army would be dope all in one. And I guess it's hard like combining all the schedules, but if we did it on like the Playmakers, you know, like I mean that's one right there. And if we get like, you know, Stevie and Hammer, you know, to join in as well. Because if we do, I mean, we could always do like a Thursday night, you know, as well, where they're going to be, you know, in attendance already. But yeah, I mean, that would be really cool, getting a bunch of channels involved, having because I was always like what I wanted to do until people started like hating on me. Like if you go back like a couple years, like you'll see I had a mock draft, like we could probably even find it, but like it was a mock draft that I put together where every single person was like a fantasy analyst, and we were streaming on like 3 or 4, you know, different channels. But then like half of those people turned into bitches. Let me go see if I can, because that was back in, that was back in 2021. I want to say we're going to go back and we're going to find this. It was in the off season before the 2021 season started. Well, let's see if I could find it. We got to go back really far. And how things change like so quickly. Like that's really what it is. Motherfuckers, people being fake, and then when shit changes, you know, because I'm always consistent with the way that I act and the things that I say. But everybody else, not so fucking much. Oh man, this is funny. Antonio said you're gonna bring Tyrant back on the show. AKA Bogard. Man, that shit was fucking funny. And it's crazy. Tyrant just quit. Like he's the last that I heard is he's doing what's it called? He's trying to become a professional poker player or something. All right, let me see. Damn, it was all the way to the 2022. I'm gonna find this. I know I got it here. We just got to go back far enough. There we go. Bogey fetch out the matrix.
My bad. I had to take that phone call and shit. Shit's crazy.
But no, amongst a lot of the people out there, like Jordan's, at least he's still on our side of the fence, so to speak.
I remember him back when with working with the Fun Boys.
Yeah,
that guy was weird. He was a weirdo to me back then. I don't know. You know what it is too, right? It's just like I really don't like care to connect with people that I don't like identify with at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just many of the conversations I've had with him before, and it was like, just like he's one of us. Like you know what I mean? But then again, I don't give a fuck if people say I ain't one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So look, okay. So
and he got a whole army. Where they at, man? I don't see him.
There you go. I found it. So this was fucking from when the hell did this stream live? This was from April 11th, 2021. And but yeah, go check it out. Like go check out the people that I was able to like get together, and then you'll look and see like how many of those people are like bitches now that we don't even fuck with. Yeah, it's funny. Even one of the guys that I'm seeing on here definitely don't fuck with, because I was in a league with him and he totally skipped out on the league fees. It wasn't a league that I was commissioning, because that shit would have never happened.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Fantasy analysts who don't pay their league fees, but yet they're still able to like be in the space. Like, I don't know, guys like that should just be getting roasted all the time.
Fantasy football plug.
That's not who I'm talking about, but there's another
No,
one.
I know that's who I'm talking about. I know I brought him up as one of those names, like the guy, just a person that probably has decent money.
Probably has decent.
They're making it look like that on Instagram.
Yeah.
And anytime league fees came up, all of a sudden, all kind of family members start dying in their family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just whatever.
I always can't stand that when people think that's like the go-to that'll just shut somebody up.
Yeah.
Oh, my aunt died, bro. Oh, really? I don't know her. Like, I'm a dickhead. Give me my fucking money. Shut the fuck up. Like, why does everybody gotta die every time I'm looking for my money and shit? Oh, my aunt twice removed through marriage passed, bro. Bro, have a heart. Yeah, I don't have one.
Just like Big Worm says, what the fuck does that got to do with me?
Real talk. I hated that shit.
Crispy said, anyone ever get Tyrant's wife linked for OnlyFans asking for a friend? That's what was funny, but like he was acting like, oh yeah, I got this OnlyFans girl, she promotes the show and everything. And we find out it's like his girlfriend, who's like probably his wife, but he's like
it's the mother of his children.
Yeah,
or his child.
Yeah. If you're in a domestic partnership and you have kids and you're living in the same house,
like, he had his first kid at like 37 or something like that. He was telling me, right? And it's funny because he would try to like always give advice on father shit. And like I remember this one time, I was like, let me get the iPad for my little man. And he's, my kids don't. My kids will never have an iPad. I'm like, oh yeah, well fucking you probably can't afford one or what? Or like you trying to knock me?
And his kids are like 2 at the time, 1.
They're like 4. He only had the one. Okay. But it's just like, I was just, man, shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. You don't got you know what I mean? You a newbie. And you live at your mom's, so you probably don't even watch your kid. I like the motherfucker was 40 living at his mom's crib and shit. And it's funny too when he was trying to go in on me. Like I'm like, bro, do you remember talking to me? Like, bro, you're hella weak, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I just kept throwing all the shit he told me about himself back at him. I'm like, bro, you told me you had a Ninja Turtles pajama party, bro, for your birthday. It was a surprise party at your house. So like, what did that mean? Someone took you to McDonald's real quick. Hey, get him out of here. When he comes back, surprise. Bro, you're wearing a Ninja Turtles fucking pajama, bro. You're 40 years old. Shut the fuck up.
This is funny. Marco said, damn, the video Alex without a hat. Never saw it. Never thought I'd see that. Yeah, it wasn't until that season. So like before then I would wear hats. But
started wearing the Heisenberg in 2021.
Yeah.
I remember I said, bro, you need to just wear that's your look right now. I was like, that's us right now. The motherfucking, I'm always rotating different Niner hats, and you wear the Heisenberg, bro. We cook dope. You know what I mean?
This shit's funny. Marty said, yeah, I just looked at that video. Steffi Smalls is on Minnesota Sports Talk Radio with Paul Aaron from time to time. It's crazy that
Are you serious?
It's crazy that an openly racist chick can be on something like Minnesota Sports Talk Radio. It's nuts.
And be hella dumb and not attractive either. Like, okay, be sexy as fuck. And
if you go look at that draft, like, so after all these drafts, I usually take a screenshot and then I post it. Someone was like, who's the dumbass that drafted this team? And like Steffi Small's team is the worst team drafted out of everyone's team. Hold on real quick. In a mock draft, her draft strategy was to draft to trade in a mock draft. Come on. Oh yeah, Marty. She got see, that's what's crazy is like
I used to work. I don't know if people have realized this, but I used to work with Steffi Smalls like every Friday for a while. And that bitch is a dumb bitch. I'll tell you that much.
And see, Marty said she's racist. Hey, what the fuck? I didn't know that. Well, see, that's the thing. They're not gonna talk about it on like any show that she gets brought up.
Well, she was like, she jumps on Twitter like in 2021, and then like she jumps into fantasy Twitter, I should say, because she was already existing on Twitter for the longest time.
Okay.
And like that's what fucked her up is that when she started blowing up in the fantasy space, other fools didn't like her, and she would talk shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the dudes she was talking shit to, this fool said, "Man, fuck that." And he went and looked at all her old tweets and shit, and found a bunch of racist shit she used to say, and you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of it wasn't like
never went back and deleted racist fucking tweets from like what 3-4 years before that or whatever.
Probably didn't think she probably didn't think it was racist. It was more like 8 years type of shit. Like, because there was people trying to defend her. Oh, that was 8 years ago, and that was it's like, yo, shut the fuck up.
And that's what's crazy though. And openly racist because she's got tits, And
she has zero tits.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Did she get a boob job or something? Because she has zero. She was.
You know what I mean. Doesn't matter.
I used to tell her all the time. Hey, hold on, itty bitty titty committee.
It doesn't matter if you have mosquito bites or not. There's still these horny guys out there who like the skinny chicks like that. But like zero like quality in her takes. But look at how popular she is just because she's a girl. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know, man. I mean,
gotta play the game, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of people in this, like a lot of fantasy enthusiasts. I could imagine are like, sex crazed hornballs that are virgins. They see Stephanie Small, they just jack off to her and shit. Tell me your draft picks.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, fantasy football goers are just like nerds, right?
Yeah. I mean, look at Matthew Berry. Nerd alert.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it's just, now like, fantasy football is cool and stuff, but like, I guess it's crazy. Like when you, okay, everyone always tells you, Bogey, you got to go to the fantasy football expo, right?
Yeah.
All these pictures that I've seen from like people at the expo, it like looks like they're relatives of sloth. I'm not even trying to like make fun of it, but like just like there's so many weird looking fucks who are like just at this expo. And you try not to judge a book by the cover because they may look cool, but they just look so weird, like so many weird looking folk that I just don't think that I would blend in there.
I got someone I could blame for why people, analysts think they go to the expo and they'll just become something. It's because Real Deal Fantasy, right? The homie Laquan, he went to that expo and then like everybody that was there, like they all partied with Marcus Grant, and then Marcus Grant helped them get in the NFL Network. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then everybody and their mama's like, "Oh, this is where you go to get your opportunities," and this and like, you can make.
Yeah, man, that's funny. The Real Deal Fantasy. Another guy who, like, behind closed doors is like 1,000,000,000% different than the character that he portrays in front of the camera. And what up, Jake? He said, "Yo, those 7-Eleven taquitos are fire. Can I get a hell yeah?"
Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Bakes a lot said, "Laugh my ass off. She's the stripper from the league." Well, see, that was crazy, but because the stripper in the league actually knew what she was talking about. Do you remember? She was like she's dancing, and the guys are talking about their league, and she's like, "Oh, what kind of league do you guys play in? PPR, IDP, Dynasty?" And they're like, "We play in an 8-man fantasy football league." No, that'd be giving her too much credit. Jake said, "I can only imagine a World of Warcraft expo." Oh, man. Marco said, "You just have to stay relevant somehow. It's like the German commentator, no clue about football, but back again commentating games next season." Oh, my gosh. Dion said, "I never get the point of OnlyFans, like porn is free." Well, it's because, man, like people want to, feel like they're connecting with someone. Like that's what it is, even though, like like there's so many people who feel like they have that connection. You remember Workaholics? Remember the Workaholics episode where they were doing the what's it called? The they're live stream the chick who's like live streaming and like they're pretty much like thinking like, you know, she's their girlfriend and all that, and like then they find out like it's everything is a total show. Like she's a mom, like she doesn't do art, you know, that they thought all this shit. And yeah, that was one of the funniest episodes to me because like that just shows how probably most men are in a nutshell with like these sites and shit out there. Like, oh yeah, this chick is like, yeah, we're talking to her live. I only had to pay her like $50, you know, and all this shit. But yeah, man, like it's like we were talking about with Ricky. People just want to believe in something.
Going back to Steffi Smalls, her nose is crazy. She looked like when she turned to the side, she looked like you know the men woman sign to go into the restroom.
Yeah, if she's next to you and she like turns her head really fast, just duck. Jake said Hopkins to the Browns. I mean, I don't think anything officially happened, but there's someone who they said is reportedly working really, really hard to get him. John Watson working really hard to get him over there.
I don't know. Do they got money like that? Like, I mean, let's just say, do they got like 10, 15 miscellaneous available?
Yeah, they made when they restructured Watson's contract.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, it really depends on how much he's getting.
If they go
signing bonus.
If they start to go like 3 wide, like routinely, and they have Hopkins, Cooper, and Elijah Moore, that's kind of nasty, bro. You know what I mean?
That'd be wild.
That's kind of nasty. I ain't gonna lie. For Watson, at least.
Yeah.
I think if Hopkins ends up in Cleveland, I probably don't have too many of their weapons. I'll just try to target like Watson or something.
Yeah. Crispy said USPS doesn't care about us people in the sticks. From what I've learned, it just takes a day longer to get there, is what it is. No matter how long it's going to take to get there, just give it one extra day to get to the sticks.
I always put it on the ground anyway. And then it's, you know, when you put it on the ground, sometimes you'll expect 3-4 days late type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather put it on the ground than overnight, though, because overnight you get subject to like more scrutiny. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and what we found out with like the overnight.
Because we're saying, well, you know, that's if you're sending like, you know.
Yeah, well, we've sent things overnight, you know, to Crispy before, and the things that we found out about the overnight is when you live in the sticks, it's really 2 days is overnight. It's not one day, you know. It's because who knows? They get it hella close to them, and then it starts to take that other day to go out to the fucking boonies.
That's why I still use Messenger Bird.
And Jake said, so this whole fuss about winning is BS, just wants a bag. Well, I guess we won't really know because this is.
I would look at the Browns as being a team that you could say is a contender. Maybe if I was to rank them, they're like 10 or 12 on my Super Bowl contender list.
Have they not been? I mean, this is the first season that Watson is going to get to play his full season over there and have the whole off season, you know, and everything. So, I mean, shit, what is paying 3 first-rounders, you know, for one player mean? Like, that means they're going for it.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe now that I think about it, his comment that he just made about, well, I thought it was supposed to be contender. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't fault anybody for looking at the Browns like, you know what I mean? And be like, brother, the Browns. You know what I mean?
Well, look at the Chiefs and the Bills already. Like, those are the most likely contenders that we think he's going to go to. And they came out, and the Bills came out and said they don't even have enough cap space. They only got one.
If it's about money, I mean, fucking Detroit. Detroit will give him the most money. Baltimore can give him, you know, close.
Detroit's going to be a playoff team this year. Like, I don't think that anyone thinks they're going to be actually contend for the Super Bowl, but I bet that they sneak into the wild card. They barely missed it.
I think they win their division.
I think Minnesota might still have that on lock.
I don't know. I mean, I do like the idea of Brian Flores coming through, turn this shit around. But he, you know what's kind of
The
crazy
defense
is
is whack. Like this is going to show how good of a coach he is because their defense is really whack. Like by the players they have.
that year he was the last Big Ben year. They brought in Brian Flores, and shit was not good at all for the Steelers. but it was also like
well, hold on because it wasn't
injuries.
horrible.
It was injuries.
Yeah, it wasn't. TJ Watt gets injured for half the year. Like that's going to fuck up your defensive scheme, no matter what. But they still had a winning record, right? Like I mean, even if anyone calls them mediocre, they still had a winning record.
More than once.
Yeah, Dion said the Browns would be nasty. I still think they turned it up. Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to turn. I mean, we talked about it yesterday on Fantasy News today. How they're going to try to implement more of a fast tempo offense, and just like Bogey said, more plays. And more plays means more passes and more receptions. Like that's what we want for these receivers.
Yeah, and like when we think about Cleveland specifically, you love that they're saying, "Hey, we're going to run more plays," because like they're not going to stop running the ball the amount of times they do, but the more plays they run gives us more volume in the passing game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
like
see, Marty, this is exactly what I meant. We didn't get any new players on defense. Well, and you say other than Byron Murphy, that's fucking huge. I know you lost Patrick Peterson, but Byron Murphy is such an upgrade over Patrick.
Byron Murphy was the top 5 corner last year.
That's going to be fucking huge for them. I mean, you lost Derek Kendricks, lost Zadarius Smith. Like, I mean, lost a lot of guys, but that's what I mean. Like, if Flores does good
they brought in Marcus Davenport, they brought in.
Oh yeah, there you go. That was someone to kind of replace.
Because they also let go of Tomlinson. He went to Cleveland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that was two big pieces of the line. Tomlinson.
Yep. So I mean,
I mean, over there who's finally seems like he's barely coming back off of these injuries. He was like ever since that big injury where he missed like a season and a half. Seems like he's been kind of a shell of himself since then.
Who's this?
Daniil Hunter.
Oh yeah. I mean, he old too. But he's still there. So, and then I mean, like if Brian Flores comes in there, they're gonna immediately try to build the strength of their defense being their secondary. You know what I'm saying? That's just how Brian Flores' defenses always are. You know what I mean? So bringing in Byron Murphy, that's a start. You know what I mean? For what they want to do.
Is really gonna be the shit?
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
he has Osimo in his name.
Yeah, we definitely want that to happen. I hope so. And Marty said, but the Lions D ain't shit. Yeah, they did improve spots on there. I mean, they made more. They brought in more people than the Vikings did. And I still think the Vikings win the division, but I think the Lions are going to have a really good shot at a wild card spot.
Well, I mean, it's a good chance there's 2 teams that come out of the North just because of how bad the NFC is in its entirety. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, okay.
I mean, shit, almost 4 teams came out of the East last year, right? Like, I mean, Washington was hella close.
Yeah, they're like a game away. And like, I mean, have we ever seen that before? No, huh?
Well, it's never been possible until now because now it's the 3 wild card teams. So the most that you could have out of one division was 3. So
yeah.
And we did see that. I mean, kind of rare, but we saw it a couple times.
I mean, we've seen it. It's not so much rare because the NFC West had 3 in there a couple years ago. I think it was 2020.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 2020. Never mind.
Well, I mean,
the Niners didn't get in.
I mean, we saw 3 in last year, but I think one of them was the 7 seed. So, we go back a couple years, that wouldn't really happen because there was no number 7 seed.
Who? Well, the Rams in the car. Oh, you're talking about for the East. Yeah.
Yeah, for the East.
Yeah, you're right. It is rare because I can't think of any right now. Now think about it. I mean, you're right. It's only been a couple years that we can look back and this is even possible.
Well, for the 4, because you could have always had 3 teams.
Yeah, you're right.
There's only 2 wild card teams, though. So that's the thing. Usually, because of teams beating up each other on the division, it's like that 3rd team barely misses it by one fucking one game or something. But what's going to be crazy is that NFC South. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good enough to produce like any real playoff teams because the only reason the Bucks got it was by default, fucking by default, because you got to put one team from the division in there. They wouldn't have got in there with their record if they were a wild card team.
Facts.
And Dion said Lions gave us a run for our money last year, but Okuda ain't doing that twice to JJ. Well,
And
yeah,
Okuda's gone.
Yeah, he's with the Falcons.
So
now.
there's that. You know what I mean? I guess, you know what I mean? But they did bring in Manuel Mosley and they brought in CJ Gardner Johnson and
Cam Sutton. Is that who they brought? They brought him in.
They brought in Cam Sutton. So these are, I feel like they did enough to make sure their secondary doesn't take a big hit. But like, yeah, Okuda's like untapped. Like he's still like.
And you know what I was thinking? Okay, what's one of the? I mean, we know that they were horrible versus the running backs, but what was the other position that they were horrible against?
Who's this?
The Lions.
Oh, well, they were. I want to say they were really good against. Well, they weren't really good against tight end, but I can't think of tight ends that went crazy on them last year. You know what I mean? But they were really bad against the run. We're like,
for the longest time, they were really bad against the tight end. Though it was like them in Seattle who were like giving up like the most points.
It was Seattle, Arizona. Those two teams like I could think of for sure. I mean, the Lions. I mean, I guess the Lions. We just streamed everyone against them. To be honest.
It was the running backs and the tight ends. They were really bad against. But now, what if like they start going to like a 3 safety set? Like because now they're already talking about what's his name, Tracy Walker. How he should be ready.
I mean, I can see it, right? I mean, you can have 2 high safeties and 1 roaming around the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
like, what if Brian Branch ended up being the guy who's kind of like the linebacker hybrid?
I love it. I mean, he's small, so that should be you know what I mean, where he's just the sneaky guy moving around, and then all of a sudden there's this little fucker just hit you from the side.
I mean, and he's little, but yeah, he could lay the wood, man.
Yeah, he hits hard, bro.
So that was one of the things that I was thinking about when they said that Tracy Walker could be ready by the beginning of training camp.
You know what I heard, right? When they say, "Hey, Tracy Walker might be ready," I heard, "Hey, y'all, we about to trade this motherfucker somehow." Look at him go. He's crazy.
Yeah, Deion said they should have kept him. What idiots! Yeah, they traded him to the Falcons for like a second or third round. I don't even remember what it was. But they just didn't want to pay him.
I mean, he was a former first rounder or second?
Fuck, he was a third overall.
Third overall. So the Falcons are smart because they were able to trade for him and still have their rookie contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, and then another linebacker who I heard about. You ready for this?
Who's that?
Kobe Dean. He's going to be wearing the green dot, and they expect him to be on the field like 100% of the time. He's going to be the anchor of that defense.
I made the phone call. We need all that. You know what that means, right?
It's not like we didn't know it was going to happen, but the green dot just means you're the quarterback of the defense.
And Kobe Dean about to get drafted in the 6th round of these startups now.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay. So Crispy, he said he sent me a pic. Okay, so even in Texas, you're able to go pre-rolls, right? Now. But it's like the Delta 8, shit, which is legal pretty much everywhere. Like you could literally go in to a smoke shop,
recreational weed is basically
buy an ounce of Delta 8 weed and shit. And this is funny. It says this product may have a psychedelic effect. I don't know, but I don't think so. But
I mean, marijuana, by definition, marijuana is a very, very mild psychedelic.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So they probably just have to put that like on the label. But I think
that's more for selling power. Because I'd be like, ooh.
Well, because the 8, I believe, means it's like 8%, right? So I mean, it's pretty much like the Budweiser of weed, is what it is. Super, super low percentage. Not high enough to be illegal, And yes, it's legal in all 50 states. When I went into Florida, we went into a smoke shop to go get a dab rig, and I saw a big ass jar of weed, and I was like, "What the hell?" I thought, is Florida like even medical? And they're like, "Oh, it's Delta 8. That's legal in all the states." I was like, "Oh, okay." And someone came in and bought a fucking ounce of weed for like $40 or like,
let me get 3 pounds of the Delta 8.
Like,
All in 8.
$100.
All right. Damn, for real, 100? Like, listen, bro, I'll give you 98.
Yeah, that shit's fucking that's fucking crazy. Dion said 3.2 marijuana. Yeah, it's something super garbage, like that. So, I mean, if you can't get anything, I mean, I'm assuming it's better than, but I just, it's one of those things. Like, if you have any kind of like tolerance,
I've never not appreciated the spoiled nature of being from Cali when you're a weed head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be smoking shit that's like 3-4 times, sometimes 4.5 times as much as that goddamn Delta 8.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you said it right there. If it's 3,
I'm easily smoking on some 34% right here. I didn't ask, but you know what I mean? It's some white runts. That's you know what I mean?
Yeah, even strangers said it right there. I doubt 8% could do poo versus my tolerant. Exactly. Like, like we'd never
smoke. Then there's the dumbasses that the newbies. The newbies are like, bro, you gotta smoke a lot of it, bro. Like, no, that's not how it works, bro.
And what up, Case on YouTube said, what are your guys' thoughts on Ken Walker? If anyone's panicking on Ken
Walker, I need more people to hate on him.
I'm buying him for sure.
Yeah, I need more people to hate on him so he gets pushed further down because, I mean, at minimum, early down work on a good offense, right? Like if you say worst case scenario is he loses his third down work, I'm okay with it. You just have to know. Here's the thing with fantasy.
And even then, is Charbonnet going to be a better pass blocker?
That's what they say. He got it in his repertoire, but he's also not as explosive. He's like if I was to categorize Zach Charbonnet, I'd say like Frank Gore, because Frank Gore wasn't the best at anything, but he was good at everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, Zach Charbonnet, he's good at pass pro, he's good at things, but he's not the best at any of it. You know what I mean? He's just like, he's well-rounded. So that's why I don't think he like exactly takes from Kenneth Walker. But
the running back class was like super weak this year. I mean, I know
it was the landing spots that were weak.
Well, no, I just mean like as a whole, like people were like, as we got closer, because everyone's always hyped about the shit, but it's because they're talking about like Bijan. Oh, it's the best running back class ever, because they're specifically about Bijan. But then when you start talking about all the other guys, it's like there's only like 2 or 3 guys who are like, okay, these guys are going to be legit in the NFL. And then everyone else relies on landing spot, relies on a lot of these other variables. And so even like Charbonnet, maybe he got drafted high because of the lack of like depth in the running backs, this year. I don't even know if he should have been a second rounder. And Case said he loves Ken Walker as a talent. I have him in Dynasty and I can't sell him. Like, if you're having a problem selling him for like what you think he's worth, don't sell him. Like, he's gonna have a good game.
And that's what I was gonna say. Here's a good piece of advice in fantasy in general, is that like when you could think realistically about a player, you won't draft them where he shouldn't be drafted. So we shouldn't look at Ken Walker last year and be like, yo, that's gonna get prorated this year and this. No. They added somebody, so you can't think that realistically. So he shouldn't be going in the top 12. You know what I mean? Like
he's going like very, very close to there though.
Yeah, and like you know what I'm saying? Like
top 12 running backs. That's what I'm assuming you're talking about.
Yeah, he should fall. Yeah, top 12 at the position. He should fall farther than that, and then we'll be okay with having him. Like I remember for a couple years, CD Lamb, everybody was pushing him up to be he's gonna be a top 5 guy and blah blah. And then like after the first 2 years, I started ranking him where I thought it was realistic to rank him. Like, okay, I think he's a high-end a high-end WR2. Then I started drafting, and then I was drafting him in that range. Like,
this is the first year that he's like warranted.
He's going exactly
like top 5, top 6, like
right. So it's like now we're drafting him at his ceiling, right? Because we saw it that could be his ceiling, but now we're drafting him at that. And like, so people that have any expectation for Walker, you may have to temper that shit Otherwise, you know what I mean? You're gonna draft them. You're gonna overdraft them. You're gonna, take them over other guys that might not be as established, but they got a better opportunity. Like, I mean, I think it's common people take Gibbs over Walker these days. And
Dynasty for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm pretty sure
I don't know if I would. I might avoid both, but that's
me too. See, and that's the thing is like I'd rather have Walker in that sense because no matter what, Gibbs is gonna go high, and no matter what, Gibbs is sharing with Monty. You know what I mean? Like this, what's the difference between
Gibbs is sharing with Monty, and who's to say they don't draft another running back next year? Like they could draft a running back like at any fucking time, and anybody could get hurt.
Running backs just don't last. Everything. Running backs are just some non-lasting motherfuckers. That just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, look at that Stranger. I mean, yeah, we know Stranger's on the same level as us with this. He said 20% struggles unless it's the first bowl of the day. And he said, I just checked 9 strains and I don't own anything below 23.35 at the moment. See,
that's the thing too, is like you'll have some like stuff in the 20s, but then like it'll be some real headbanger because you know what I mean? It's a what's that called? I remember Hess was explaining, like he's like, man, you can have some 38% and that should, you know what I mean? But you could also have some that's way lesser, but it has a stronger and
all that.
Yeah, it's stronger in some other category, whatever. You know, I don't want to slaughter it because I mean, every time Hess explains it to me, I'm like, yeah, that makes so much sense, and I can't remember it.
Like I kind of think of weed like they evaluate baseball players, like 5-tool players. Like if you're a 5-tool player, that means you're the shit because you do like literally like everything in the repertoire. And like I feel like weed is the same way because like yeah, you could be high on THC percentage, but what if the taste isn't there? You know, you're not gonna like that shit. Like the taste still has to be on point, no matter what the percentage is at. And you
get the taste from all the terpenes. You get it from the terpenes.
Some mid-20s with some fire-ass terps, it's like that extra 10% of THC doesn't even matter.
It's a lot of those fruity shits. Like I'm, not too long ago, my man's he pulled up. Yeah, it was like some 28%, but it was what's that bitch called? It was lychee.
Okay.
And so super sweet, super, you know what I mean? But it would.
Bogey in the Matrix. And Charlie Brown 2K. What up, bro? He said RB class was hella hyped. Ended up being boring. Mostly low draft capital. Exactly. And you even think about like every year, like the next running back class is going to be more hyped. Just because everyone has the rookie fever, is what it is. And like, look at last year. Everyone's so hyped that we didn't even get a running back drafted in the first round. But, Brees and Walker, Walker was my 101 for dynasties. I only had the 101 once, and I did take Brees, and I think I traded him away. I ended up trading him away, but I have so much Walker like on my squads because he was like my 101 that if I got him at the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, like whatever, I was just like super stoked, and I was getting him everywhere. And yeah, you just never know. Anything could change with these running backs. Marty said Walker and Charbonnet can both be relevant like Chubb and Hunt. And I'm with that, man. Like 90% of, if not more, of these NFL teams are like running back by committees and can at least host 2 guys that can flirt with top, that can be like RB2s. Oh. And shit, there's always some that could be like, some of these teams could produce 2 RB1s. It just depends on how much work they're getting in the pass game as well.
I mean, 2018, Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen. I think they had 2 RB2s.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I think, what's his name? Tariq Cohen that year was a back-end RB1 because of PPR.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. And fuck, Bake said I got scammed into buying a $20 joint on the strip thinking it was herb. I always check my pack now, never again. What the fuck what'd they sell you? Like some Delta 8 or like some CBD or some straight oregano? Like what'd they sell you?
Yeah, when motherfuckers used to buy like chow mein or like Molly off like random motherfuckers in Vegas.
Yeah.
Anytime you had a double wrap anything, you just get right. No, I'm good. Because them double wrap things, because it gives them enough time to skedaddle while you open it and be like, this shit is not real.
Yeah.
Or like the guys that are quick. You'll see motherfuckers they try to finesse so hard, bro, and they're whack. But they'll be like, bro, I'll give you a sample here. You try to pull a key out or something like, hey, come here, take a sample, bro. I'm like, bro, no.
Fucking crazy. Charlie Brown said Seattle drafted Mo Morris in the second just to hold Sean Alexander's beer. Could be the same shit. Yeah, see, I mean, I really don't think Charbonnet was supposed to be a second rounder. And but we've seen crazy old Pete, draft guys a little bit higher than they should go. I mean, shit, they drafted Rashad Penny in the first round.
Yeah, but I would argue that no one would trade back with them, or no one would trade with them, because during those years they always traded out of that first round. And then I think people just got them and New England. And that was one of those years. It was funny because, or the following year was funny for New England because they couldn't trade out. They ended up having, all right, fucking, they kill Harry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't they do the same shit on Sony Michel one of those years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. That was 2018. So they did, yeah. And now it was very known that these guys are trying to trade back, and that's probably who they would have targeted in the next round was Rashad Penny or Sony Michel, and they're like, fuck, we'll just take him.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, Stranger said exactly. Has flavor and smoothness matter? Hell yeah, man, because like I can't be smoking no harsh weed. Like that shit is just not the business, like at all. Doesn't matter what the THC percentage and shit is. Like if it's harsh, like man, that shit's just
Like, okay, here's one thing that I noticed, bro. Like the difference from now and back in the days. It's like back in the days, you know what I'm saying? We might have you got some indoor from the streets, right? And you hit that shit, you was choking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then nowadays you realize all the indoor that's lab tested and approved. Bro, you hit that shit, you're choking because of the fireness to the tree. Not all them goddamn phosphorates and shit that they wasn't getting washed out correctly from these amateurs and shit. And you realize like, damn, bro, I was smoking some dirty weed, even though it was clean.
Looks clean.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but that's only because I can notice now because we're hella spoiled now. You know what I mean? Like more than ever.
Yeah.
Like we were always spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like it is tight. Like talking to Ricky about that shit, where it's like, you know what I mean? Like he knows, like when it comes to genetics, bro. Like when he said what he said, they'll never get it right because they're always just gonna keep making better ones and it's gonna get stronger. And like that's it. I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they may have the finally genetics, but like now they're on to another one. Got to create another one, get some other genetics.
He told me they got something better than the finally.
Well, and it's all gonna be about
subjective.
Like, well, it's newer, right? So I mean, it's the new toy excitement. So I think that this shit right here, like it's always gonna be better. Mm-hmm. But I would like to see, like when Ellis Greens has like 5 different strains that are all.
I think they got like I think they have like a half dozen strains.
Okay, there you go.
It's just that the finally was his signature that he was trying to push for sure. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because they got
was it the first one that they like got right, or just one of the ones that took a while and they finally got it right? And that it's just super fire.
I mean, it's just the same story that he told you too. Remember, he was just like, "Listen, bro, we kept fucking with the genetics, and then we finally was like, yo, this shit's crazy," and it tested.
It's funny. He told us the genetics, and
he's not gonna fuck. I'll tell you all the genetics.
Yeah, I was like, oh, not
like, let me write this down. Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead. I need these seeds right here.
Because especially it's already like genetics
in 3 years, and
genetics
y'all have finally.
It's the genetics of things that are already cross-pollinated and all this shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. The products of baby fucking.
You did what I'm saying? And just like finally, you know what I mean?
Hold on, right here, just for finally.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas.
It's funny that when I put that in, like the quote, trying to find a finally, that it was a Las Vegas. It was a Las Vegas.
It is the universe. You know what I mean? The universe loves us, bro. You know what I mean? We just gotta fulfill it, whatever it may be they have in store for us. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna take the lessons from and so I gotta edit those clips, but I recorded them last night before I went to sleep. And I was excited because I'm like, man, this is dope, man. Because he dropped some gems on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah. Ricky for president.
Right? You heard it first.
2040, he's running
We
for
gotta
president.
put that out there, bro. That shit could go viral for real. No, I'm serious. Like,
Oh yeah, you heard it here first. Okay, Bakes a lot. So I've gone into some of these, but I've never actually bought anything because every time I came to Vegas, I always had weed, even when I was coming here as a tourist. He said it was a T-shirt shop / Delta 8 shop. They had a green cross and advertised it as THC. Well, it is THC, but it's hella low, and it's like, I don't know, it's grown different or like something. I don't know the specifics.
I mean, it's just like a very low THC level flower that they're just, and I bet you it fucking yields like a mug, and they're like, this is the shit that we're gonna pump out to these dumbasses. And like, that was one thing I
Well,
thought.
it's not to the dumbasses because it's legal. I mean, it's legal everywhere, and it's popular in places where
I say dumbasses because I ain't smoking that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but we live in Cali. Why the fuck would we smoke?
Yeah. I mean, and then this Delta 8. See, this is where they win. If Delta 8, the THC levels are so low that they don't show up in your piss, because that way, and all these motherfuckers are parolees and fools that have like drug cases and shit like that, they'll probably be smoking it like crazy, like the spice. Remember the spice? But people failed to realize that spice, that synthetic THC, was like super addictive. You know what I mean? THC, real THC, don't even got people tripping like that, like coming out like, hey, bro, I need it, bro. Where's that, man? You know what I mean?
What it is, it's the higher THC that like because it's the THC that sticks to what your fat cells or whatever.
What is that shit called?
Something. It's something in your blood.
Whatever the scientific term for the fat cells is, bro.
Yeah, and so like the more THC that you have, the longer it takes to get out. So like that's why like for the longest time they said weed stayed in your system for 30 days. That shit's not true if you're smoking like 25%, plus THC shit like all day every day. That shit could take up to 45 to 60 days to get out of your system like naturally. So like I think that's really what it is. It's the Delta 8. That shit gets out of your system just way faster, way faster.
I always thought
Chris, we said is Delta 10 higher? I think so. I mean, it should have like the milligrams or percentage of THC in it or something.
See, my dad, Crispy, bro, he knows what fire is, though. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like that would just be for convenience and availability versus like, all right, I'm gonna use this to get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I don't know, how it is out in the boonies in Texas, but like, you probably have to have a real dedicated D-boy who's out in Texas that's like coming out to the sticks, because like people might not want to come to the areas like that where it's like a small ass town and the cops know every car that's like in the town.
You like take a left. You're like, you go to the stop sign, you take a left, and you drive for about 47 minutes straight. And then they'll see a mailbox. Just look out for the mailbox and just wait right there.
And they do have, because Crispy said is Delta 10 higher. So they have Delta 8, 9, and 10. And I'm pretty sure that like each one is like a little bit higher than the other.
It's like, it was like you heard of the 8-minute abs. Then they came out with that 7, and you were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, Bakesalot said had to go to the Planet to pick up some real herbal essence. Yeah, and like Planet 13, if you're local, like you're never gonna go there. But like if you're just if you come to
pretty
Vegas,
amazing, I hear.
Well, yeah, if you're on the hunt to come to Vegas, like you're from the Midwest or something or the East Coast, and you want to come and like try the best weed, yeah, go to Planet 13 and go to the section that's like $75 an eighth. Look for the redwood cultivation shit. They'll have like some Mike Tyson shit in there. They always have.
You're gonna find that Cali style weed. See, I call it Cali style because it's all it's Cali shit, but it was grown in Vegas, you know what I mean? But it's in high-end indoor facilities. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah.
In that joint, like.
Yeah, and seeing, but like, if you come from the Midwest where maybe, shit, you might be getting your ounces for like $100 or something, just because some super cheap. And then you see $75 an eighth, you might be fucking, you might be tripping like, what? Like, why would I even spend this? But It's for the experience. That's why you get it, because like you smoke one bowl of that compared to like 10 joints of that shitty weed. Like you know why. You know why. You know where the extra money went. Yeah, Dion hit it up. He said Planet 13 is like a weed Walmart. They had like 80 registers. Yeah, I mean, you go in, you got to wait in a little bit of a line to like get in sometimes, like when you're like checking in or whatever. But then it's just like, fuck, like they have it to where you could go talk to a bud tender. It's like the fast food restaurants now. You could go just order off of a kiosk, you know, and like it's yeah, customer service is kind of whack, you know, because it's so big. But that's always my gripe with the dispensaries.
Man, back in the day, it's so funny because back in the days before they was all commercialized, you only had a couple joints that were like straight up medical, straight up like legit, like government shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The legal ones that could advertise. How about that? Anywhere like have
yeah. So it was like Harborside was one of them, and
yeah, TV show about Harborside, right?
Yeah, and this dude was hella brilliant, and Hess knows the dude too.
Yeah.
And but this dude, so he had one, and it was in Oakland, and that was like I used to look forward to taking that trip. Let's go to Oakland, bro, and go to fucking. Go to to Harborside, you know what I mean? And it was in downtown Oakland, so it's not like we were going to like East Oakland, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were going like, so I mean, it was still grimy in downtown Oakland, but it was like, you know, everybody and their mama.
People go out there for the weed shops, though, right? So it's like it's grimy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was comfort because of all the weed spots.
And the weed shops, they were smart. They were always clustered up. You know what I mean? They were never like, there's one way over here in the Boondockies and there's one over, you know what I mean? Like, it was like there's a gang of them clustered up because you'd have like, you know, some legit ones and you'd have a shitload of mom and pops. Like me and you would have had a dispensary, you know, 13 years ago. You know what I mean? 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All my homies had dispensaries, bro. Tino and his boys, they had one called YB.
Yeah.
And it was like, because it was on a road called Yerba Buena Road. So they were just, so, you know, they just called it YB.
And where one of my homies had one. And seeing it was at 2010, I literally just got out of jail a couple months before that.
Because then by the end of 2011, they did like, by the end of 2010, they did a sweep throughout San Jose and got rid of like 100 mom and pop shops, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, it just changed the game. And then, check this out though.
Remember when motherfuckers were just getting fined and they'd get fined like $5,000 a day and like motherfuckers were just paying it like
because they're making some bread. Yeah, because there was these gray areas that we would dance in. For example, like earlier we were talking about how many plants you could possess, right? So it'd be like, okay, in this county, Mendocino County, or in the the Oakland County, like stuff like that, you could have 99 plants. So we would have 99 vegging and 99 budding, so your cycles would never stop. You have one, you always have one ready for the next cycle, right? And then, but then that was my room. And then in the house, the homie's room and the other homie's room, and we all got 99 vegging and 99 fucking thing. You know what I mean? And like everybody got their paperwork in there and all the shit, right? And it was about like that time when they started making it where, okay, you could just go to these dispensaries that are legit and you just pay $40 and get a card.
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't recreational yet, but it was decriminalized where you can just go to the store. Anyone can go. You just got to buy your access. You know what I mean?
Got to have your medical card. And it was legal. I mean, it was legal medically since like 96. Yeah. But it was like around, 2004, where it just became like 2004, 2005, super accessible.
And that was weird.
That's when I turned 18. I got a card the summer of when I turned 18.
Yeah, I was 20 when I got my first card because it took me a while to find someone that can get me in, bro. Like, cause some of the homies had cards and they got it because of this, that, and the third, or you know what I mean? They knew somebody or they paid somebody, whatever it was. And it just so happens that I end up getting my card from a fucking infamous ass motherfucker, bro. That Thomas J. O'Connell, Dr. Thomas J. O'Connell.
Yeah,
I think he's in jail now, or he's in prison right now. But this dude, he was writing a memoirs, and then at least that's what he told people. And then you would go to he had an acupuncture clinic / dispensary. and so you would go to him, and you would sit with him, and the government had granted him whatever like authority to stamp.
Dang it, Bogey in the Matrix. Yeah, it's in 2004, 2005, 2006, like I had it in with one of those doctors, and man, I used to everybody who knew me had a card because super easy to go get one, and yeah, I would send just so many people like over there, and they were giving me what was it? I think they were giving me like $25 like per person that I would like send over there. So man, that was like super fucking dope because I'd be getting like every month I'd probably get like at least a few $100. But I remember a lot of months it was like getting between like $400 and $600 like just in that month, and it felt like such a G going to the doctor's office, go pick up a stack of cash. Yeah, those doctors, man, super crazy. Yeah, Dion, first place I went with luggage and all. Hell yeah, and I bet you weren't the only one there with with all your luggage, right? And yeah, the interactive floor is probably the coolest part. Yeah, I mean, because you're just like, I mean, whether you're super stoned or not, it's super cool, just like walking on the floor and all the different shit. I mean, it keeps changing, like it keeps changing. What's it called? The scheme or whatever, the design keeps changing. And yeah, if you guys want to go check out something really cool when you come to Vegas, it's Area 15, and it's the Meow Wolf at Area 15. Super fucking cool to like go on mushrooms and go on an adventure there, because it's like a huge ass art exhibit or something. I don't even know like how to explain it, but yeah, super trippy. And yeah, I want to go back again here soon. I've been there twice, and yeah, and even the last time I went, I definitely did more than a micro dose. I probably did like a gram or a gram and a half, but like, yeah, I would want to do I'd want to do more of a hero dose this time. Maybe do like 2.5 grams, 3 grams, something like that, and go maybe even a full eighth, get all trippy. But yeah. Yeah, that would be super fun. I cannot wait to go back. And Dion said I didn't check it out, but they do have like a coffee shop in there too. So not where you could consume. So yeah, there's for sure like a restaurant in there, and yeah, it's probably like a coffee shop or something. And like they're building like a big ass like pool like in there, so they're gonna have like eventually it's gonna be a consumption lounge, or they're gonna have an indoor pool, and like it's gonna be like a day club and like all kind of shit in there. So eventually, I mean, it's gonna be really wild once they I don't know when it's gonna be legal for the consumption lounges to open up in Vegas, but I'm really excited to go check some of these out. And hopefully you can bring your own weed in there too, because I would buy whatever like you'd have to buy to like go in there to like smoke and use the facilities and hang out and all that. But yeah, I'd hopefully be able to sneak in some of my own weed as well. But yeah, that's really what I want to do out here is open up something like that, because I already have a whole concept and everything of what it could be, but we just need people to invest in the idea. But yeah, I know right now it's probably like really tough to get the licenses as well, because there's like I don't even know how many licenses they're like selling or allowing. I don't even know what the right term would be, because I feel like everyone has to like apply, and like you got to pay money and all that stuff to get in there no matter what. And yeah, so I know there's not a lot of licenses right now. I know that there's supposed to be one casino that they're talking about that's going to be like the first weed casino in Vegas, but it's on like the Indian on the Native American grounds, and it's not so it's not like the federal land. So I'm curious when that one's going to open up, and then I'm curious when they're going to have
How far are you from that area?
So that's more like on like the north side.
Okay, because look at this. I remember when I first got engaged, right? Which was hella years ago. It's funny because I told my girls, I bet you we'll buy a house before we ever actually get married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We bought 2 houses. Anyways, I remember my boy, he thought he meeting my man Nancy. He's like the bachelor party curator out of the homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like, bruh, we're going to do it, bro. We're going to go whoop, whoop. And this and that. I'm like, no. I got a plan already. And he's like, well, what is it? I said, we're going to jump in an RV hella deep. And we're going to go from fucking the Bay to Vegas, just getting loaded. But I wanted to go to one of them fucking Indian reservations, right? And do peyote and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds crazy, but I was like, listen, bro, like, you know what I mean?
It's a little crazy on the Indian reservation sometimes. I know that I knew someone who a drug deal gone bad. He got buried out there, and maybe not like officially buried, but I just remember seeing the papers of him.
Okay, we got to change the plans. We're not gonna go do peyote and have me ended up disappeared off the fucking, because when you in the Indian reservation, bro, that's a different jurisdiction, bro. You could just, bruh.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because like there's a lot of people out here in Vegas who I at least remember talking to like some old school guys. And he's like, nah, man, I don't fuck with any of the Indian casinos, man. He's like, those motherfuckers will bury you out there if you win too much money. Like, how much money you got to win for that to happen? Like, I've never ever been in that type of situation with winning that much.
You win the jackpot. You're like, hey, you know what, bro? Y'all can have it. Let me just get like a little bit of it. Let me just get like, you know what I'm saying?
See, there you go. Crispy said, I'm going to start campaigning in Texas. Drop the booze and smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Here's one thing. This was a gem that I really believe in that I dropped yesterday on that Ricky joint. Was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the escapism shit is real, all my homies that got PTSD and fucking is crazy as fuck in their head or just fucked in the head, they drink all the time and they fucking, you know, they you know, do other controlled substances and whatnot. And you know what I mean? Like things that don't help you find the answer, it just helps you like kind of numb it. You know what I mean? Numb the pain and move on. You know what I'm saying? But then like weed, I'll be sitting here high as fuck, just like, man, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Piece of shit, me. I gotta make a change. Like, you know what I mean? I start feeling like guilty for shit. Like, because you know what I mean? You're able to see yourself for who you really are when you're high, bro. Especially on some good, because you be in your own head. You know what I mean? I'll be in my own head like a motherfucker, like, oh, hell yeah. Like, oh, okay, I figured it out. I just be jumping out of nowhere. Eureka! It's just be quiet as fuck in the library. It's like, looking at me. Don't worry about me. I'm just high, doing studies. I remember we used to, that used to be the shit, bro. We used to go to, like, when I actually was in school back in the days, bro, we used to study, we used to get loaded, bro. We remember everything.
Big says, I've never done shrooms. I imagine I'll be talking to roaches like in Men in Black 2. Come on, man. He says, still scared, can't move.
It's so funny because you got it all wrong, man.
If you like were like all in your head like that, I would say just do like a half gram or something, you know, to start. Like, you're not gonna be tripping like that. Like, I mean, your body will just.
I'd say you give him like a 0.3, not even a 0.5. Like, and he just go 0.3 it up. You know what I mean? Like every so often, throw another little bit in the tank. I mean, or just have the chocolate. You know what I mean? Eat a piece of the chocolate. Like, take a cube, but then don't eat the whole cube type of shit, and just see if you feel it out. And like, if you want that experience and you want to trip out like that and be talking to nature and fucking, bruh, then you gotta eat more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta eat a lot. And that I don't recommend that.
Well, you just gotta be around.
But I would encourage it.
You just gotta be around a mushroom shaman, I would say. Someone who's gonna help guide you. You know, like, because if you're just that fucked up. I mean, the first time I did shrooms, I did an eighth. I was like 18 and like, I don't know, like we weren't like, I wasn't like tripping, like I didn't know what the fuck was happening, you know, like it wasn't, I wasn't stuck. Like, I wasn't stuck to where I couldn't move. Like, we were just watching movies and smoking weed, and everything was like hella funny. And like sometimes like the movies would almost seem like it'd go into like a cartoon mode or something for me randomly. It'd like come back in. And
Man, every time I'm watching a movie on like hardcore on the shrooms, like when we used to, when you're young, you're not doing it to like microdose or anything like that. You're trying to go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, bro, everybody's laughing. I can't even pay attention to the movie because everything around the TV is going crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the motherfucking walls and everything is just like, this shit is tight.
And seeing Case, I was the same way. My first time I went in for an eighth for sure. Goddamn. And seeing like now, like I
got spooked after the second time I did that shit.
I don't even remember.
The second time I did that shit, I ate an eighth, but it might have been like some stronger shrooms or something, bro, because I was there. And like my boy, I look at my boy, he was driving. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck he's driving right now. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And the sun was going down, and it's that Cali sun where it's going down, and it's fucking, the sky is like fucking pink and purple and orange, and it just looks crazy. And then all of a sudden it looked like it was just like red. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I tell my boy, I'm like, hey, bro, the sky is red, bro. And he looks at me, he's like, yup, because it's the end of the world, bro. Yeah. And he was just dead ass serious. And I'm like, bro, you shut the fuck up, bro. He's like, no, I'm serious, bro. And it's like, I don't know if he was fucking with me or anything. He was just like, bro, call everyone you know right now and tell them you love them. So, one of the times, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
One of the times when we did shrooms, we someone got a hotel and we're like out right by the water, right by the beach and all that. And so we can't smoke in the room. So like we would just leave every time to like go smoke. So we smack down the shrooms, we're waiting for, 20 minutes or so. And then we walk down to the beach and we have a bunch of I'm pretty sure it was blunts. Probably wasn't joints. A couple blunts rolled up, and we're smoking.
I didn't start smoking joints like that till I got older, bro. It was always blunts when we were young, for real.
Yeah, yeah. And this is maybe when I was
communal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is like maybe when I was 19.
But they never had no Mega Zags back in the day. It was like the orange or like the other. It's not like you know what I mean? Like you can't fucking joint with like 8 motherfuckers.
Cones weren't a thing yet. Shit like that.
It was like the wraps and the blunts.
We're smoking. It's 3 of us, and like slowly but surely, it's like the moon just starts like disappearing, and then like we finish like multiple fucking. I mean, I'm full peaking, right now, like on the shrooms, and then like the moon is just like completely gone, and like I look at the other 2 guys, I'm like, did you guys just see the moon disappear? They're like, okay, I thought it was just me. Everyone was thinking the same thing.
Shrooms are phenomenal.
And then we find out the next day, it's just like once every 75 years or whatever that this night eclipse or whatever like fucking happens. Whoa. So it's just
good thing it was a night eclipse, because like you can go blind looking at certain eclipses, right?
Well, it was the moon. It wasn't the sun. It was the
lunar eclipse.
Lunar eclipse. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. But trip the fuck out. So fucking trip.
Hey, if I would have saw these motherfuckers on the beach on a lunar eclipse night, I'd be like, these motherfuckers serial killers right here. They're over there feeding the blood moon.
That shit's hilarious.
I think everybody's serial killers. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know who's a serial killer? The motherfucker who's sitting at that grocery store, like cafeteria area, I'm talking about where they have they sell food at grocery stores. Like, I'm not saying the people that buy food from there, because the food's bomb is fucking those places sometimes, right? I'm talking about the ones who sit at the 1 or 2 little tables they got.
Yeah, you're sitting at the counter eating.
Yeah, you're a fucking serial killer.
Dion said I can't function for damn off that shit. He said I need to be babysat for sure, especially in public. See, and if it was anyone like that,
you ain't eat mushrooms for me. I swear to God.
Well, we're just giving you less.
I'm not babysitting nobody.
We're just giving you less. Like you're not gonna get. No one is gonna need to get babysat off taking a 0.3, a 0.5. Like
it's when people. Here's the thing, like. People think of Vegas, bro. They get excited, bro. They want to go crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. They want to do it all. They want to drink. They want to smoke. They want to
Vegas. Woo!
Right? You know what I mean? Just because I'm not gonna stop nobody from that. Because I'm like, woo! You know what I'm saying? Let's draft. You know what I mean?
On the wild out.
I'm about, you know what I mean? We still there to draft. So I was like, listen, man, you know what I mean? Get turned up, you know what I mean? Turn up all the way.
But see, people are going to be turned up off weed and mushrooms. I mean, I bet some people will be. I mean, there's going to be alcohol.
I mean, there's some people that don't smoke or drink too. So you know what I mean. I mean, not smoke or drink, smoke or do mushrooms. So you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, they'll probably
those will be the ones probably drinking. Yeah. Oh, Big Ton's confirmed. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah, it was something with his wife's, like I think a real estate exam or a class or like something. But yeah, he said everything got planned out to where they're gonna make it.
Cool.
Yeah. So slowly but surely, more and more people reserving their spot at the 420 Crew Mansion. So yeah, if you guys are coming,
right when we were talking about foods that might drink, you go, oh, and Big Ton's confirmed.
Yeah, there we go. He'll be one leading the drinking party.
Hey, Big Ton's gets plastered, bro. How many times has he came on the show? You'd be like, hey, Bogard.
Almost sounds like Scott Hall. Hey yo,
you got it down now. All right.
Look at this, Crispy. I was on acid with a buddy. We drove through McDonald's drive-through. I couldn't stop laughing at all at the drugstore. Cowboys hanging out in the parking lot. Cowboy hanging out in the parking lot.
That's crazy.
I remember.
The crazy thing is that he wasn't even in no car, and it wasn't even in no McDonald's drive-through. It was all psychedelics showing him it.
The trippiest one for me, like I mean, I've had some trippy things happen, but this one is me and Vanessa. We eat these we get hooked up with these mushroom brownies. Like we're getting an eighth, you know, is what we thought. And then like the guy who gives them to us, like when I go meet him at my friend's house, Chipokawaka's homie, and so go meet him, and he's like, oh, you're gonna fucking love these. Like he told him it was for a friend, so I don't even know how much was in there. Like I legit have no idea how much was in there. Like it probably wasn't more than a quarter, but it was more than an eighth for sure.
They were individual brownies, or he just gave you like a pan?
No, it was like 2 individual brownies, and like I didn't even finish the whole thing. Like I mean, I guess I got too nervous towards the end. Like there was still a little sliver that I didn't finish, and man, it was the most fucked up I've ever been. Like I was stuck to the ground, you know, like that thing. Like I did not want to fucking move. Like we're looking at the fucking ceiling, you know, just like getting tripped out like off of the way the ceiling fucking looks and all that shit. And then when we finally, you know, when the peaking passes. And we're just like, fuck, we're fucking hungry. And like In-N-Out is like 5 minutes away from where we were. And so good enough to drive at that point. Like I got all my senses back and everything. And we go through the drive-through. And like, I swear it was like Shallow Hal, where like it had to be. Because like everyone who we're seeing working there, they look like just straight tweakers and like pimply faces and like just like every single person. It's like 1 o'clock in the internet, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, inner city In-N-Out workers, teenagers. Sounds about right, but yeah, that's how you've seen them for really who they are.
Yeah, because no way that every single person in In-N-Out was like a tweaker. It's never looked. The staff has never looked like that before then. That's just fucking
good right now.
Song said I ate 2 stamps of acid when I first met my wife. The ride to her house, I felt like I was floating. I looked in the mirror and everything was melting.
Oh shit! You done, babe? Hey, okay. That's only a handful of times that I fucked with some LSD. But one of the times it was a candy flip. So that's when they have a drop of that shit on a mall. You know what I mean? Well, not a mall. It was the E-pills, the press pills back in the day. So they put a drop of LSD on it, and they call it candy flip. They call it candy flipping, right? So I'm smacking, bro, like hard. And we're at a house party, and what is it called? I go to the bathroom. I'm like checking my shit out. I'm not putting water on my face and shit. I'm like, all right, we good. And I'm tripping so hard, like everything's melting together and shit. I can't find the door. Like I can't get the doorknob. Like I'm just stuck in this bathroom for hella long. I'm just like feeling around and shit. Like, yeah, I'm like, I don't know what. It did not look like I was in the same bathroom, man. This shit was trippy. I just kept every time I wash my face, I look up and everything is different. Like, oh shit.
Oh man.
And fucking, it was just, and it was just somebody's like knocking on the door, do, trying to use the bathroom. She's like, oh, it's right here. Oh shit. The craziest shit that night was like when I was really peaking, like the speakers, I could like see the fucking, like the vibrations.
Yeah. Oh man, Bogey in the Matrix. All right. Let's see. Dennis said, "Me and the wife each ate 3.5 of penis envy at the casino. One of the best trips we've ever had. I like it. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let's see." Oh, Deanne said, "No, I'm talking shit. When I was in Vegas, I ate the the whole bag, and I was actually babysitting the old lady. Said if I was going out like to the club or something, it's microdosing. Otherwise, I act a fool. Yeah, I get that." Then it said, "I love outdoors. Being outdoors when I trip. Yeah, makes the whole experience more fun." And Deanne said, "Ask them, have you waking up thinking you carried a 1,000-pound backpack around all night? Totally fucking with your back." And Crispy said, "The drugstore cowboy is what we call the boys who dress the part but never stepped in cow shit or ridden a horse." Oh man, the guys who dress like the cowboy but they ain't doing no real cowboy shit. That is funny. Like I said, my first shroom trip was around fall time in Minnesota. I was sitting in the woods, and every time a big gust of wind would come, hella leaves would fall. Damn. I remember, the first time, the first time that I ever tripped, I swear I saw the devil, and there was like this dude in a Cadillac, and man, it was super trippy, and like I remember walking out, like me and my buddy who I was at his house, we're at these apartments, and I remember walking out, and like he was like on the second floor, walk down the stairs, and we turn like we're gonna like go out to like the parking lot area and a grassy area, and man, it was so weird, but like I saw like almost like it's almost like I saw these weird people in a cult, and like it was like these people wearing robes or something, and like they were walking to like they're walking to a spot where there was a tree, and it was like they'd walk to the tree and then they disappear, like they disappear behind the tree. It was like I still remember that shit, and it was like almost 20 years ago. Yeah, that was super trippy. And then we get his roommate to come out there with us, and we go back out again, and that's when see this dude in a Cadillac, and man, I swear it was the devil, because like you couldn't like I couldn't see. It was dark. I mean, it was at night, but it's dark, and like I saw nothing except his eyes. It was like seeing a car, and like everything was black. Like, couldn't see in the car like at all, couldn't see the seats or like anything like that. And then all I see is like red eyes. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, man, felt like felt like Alex and Grandma's Boy or whatever, Dante and Grandma's Boy is way too stoned to go to the devil's house right now. And Deanne, so my first trip was in the winter, and it was like heaven outside, so lit. Oh man, was it super snowy? Is what was going down. Oh man, but yeah, I still remember that shit, and yeah, that was I was 18, I think, when that happened. So I was like 2004. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see if Bogey makes it back out here. If not, we'll close up shop. We've almost been waking and baking for 2 hours. That 2 hours flew by. And Dennis said, worst trip I had, I ate close to an eighth. And then my buddy pulled out a big bag of cocaine. Snorted so huge. Hollywood, when I started tripping, my heart was like pounding out of my chest. Yeah. Yeah. And that's, man, for me, it's crazy. It's because of like my uncles and like it's crazy how I was like the black sheep like in my family for the longest time because of like smoking weed. But I had uncles who were like, just full blown alcoholics. Uncles that were addicted to like everything under the sun. One that was the needle guy, just like everything. And yeah, and it was because of those guys that I never really tried anything harder than weed or mushrooms. I just always knew that I'd probably like it too much, and like I never wanted to open up Pandora's box. And I think, and everyone's pretty much known that about me. So like anytime like anyone was really doing it around me, they wouldn't even ask me. And Marty said I took acid when snowboarding, but the chairlift kept making me sick. Fuck. That would be fucking trippy. And Kay said acid with Coke is almost the closest thing you can get to a heart attack. I mean, shit. Like, for sure, right? For sure. Yeah. Not trying to go down that rabbit hole. And Dion said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I suppose you don't know much about a whiteout." I've been the one time that I went to Minnesota. I mean, there was the snow. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't that much. I guess it was in Minneapolis, so I don't know. I mean, I guess there's like different areas. And Bake said, I got the VIP account from Lego like you recommended, homie. He said, how do the points work? It said 55, 25 points if I get the Falcon. Okay, wait. Don't buy anything yet, okay? Because I spent like $500 and on stuff on June 1st because like the drops. Wait until June 9th. June 9th through 15th. It's like double points on everything. So wait until then, because instead of the 5,500 points, you'll get like 10,000 points. Every 13,000 points is $100 off. But that's the easiest breakdown is 13,000 points is $100 off. And yeah, so wait until the 9th. Don't buy anything. Don't buy any Legos, guys, until the 9th, because you get the double points for being a VIP member. And yeah, if you're going to buy a big ass set like the Falcon, I mean, 5,500 points to 10,000 points, like that's a big jump. It's worth waiting the extra couple days for sure. All right. Crispy said 2 slow drafts paid. Okay. All right. I'll go mark those off, Crispy. But yeah, that's gonna be super dope, Bakes. Like, yeah, getting the Millennium Falcons, fucking huge. And yeah, that is yeah, super cool. Super cool. And yeah, Dion's in Minnesota too, Dennis. I'm not sure what part. But yeah, we got a bunch of folks out in Minnesota, man. Bunch of peeps out in Minnesota. And Marty said, yeah, it's whenever I take too much, I figured out of my limit at this point for sure. And Bake said, oh, that's why they want to give away the pirate Lego set if you spend 100 or more. Thanks for the info, brother. Yeah, hell yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a good. I think that pirate ship. I think that it's still gonna last like on the 9th, but yeah, those double VIP points. I mean, it's worth it to wait for sure. And they're always doing stuff like that where they give out little promotional sets. Like yeah, I think yeah, what was it? Like last month, it was like if you spent like over like 250, like it was the Death Star, the mini Death Star, or whatever, for the 4th of July. I mean 4th of July for the May the 4th be with you. All right. But yeah. So wait until the 9th. I think it's like the 9th through the 13th is double VIP points. And that's yeah, because I was gonna buy the what's it called? The Batman the Batman Batcave. It looks so fucking sick. Like I gotta get it. I gotta build it. It looks so fucking sick. And yeah, and it's like $400, and it comes out on the 5th. But I'm just gonna wait. Like I wish I'd known before I bought all the stuff on fucking the 1st. Like I wish that I would have fucking known that, because man, just like the double VIP points on like all that shit is gonna yeah, it's cool saving all the points, and I've almost got like 36,000 points now, so I've almost got $300 off. So yeah, that would be like, I mean, shit, even the most expensive sets are like the Millennium Falcon, you know, the $800 sets. So like, man, could you imagine getting like 300 off? Like been collecting for a while though. And what, isn't that where Marshall was from? And him. I don't know. What are you talking about there, Antonio? I mean, I know you're saying where I'm assuming you're talking about St. Cloud. Marty said St. Cloud sucks. I with St. Cloud, Minnesota, isn't that where I know that there's a couple people from the Mighty Ducks from St. Cloud, Minnesota, right? Song said I only did acid one time and e-pills, just mainly weed. Yeah, for sure. How I Met Your Mother. Oh, How I Met Your Mother. Okay, for sure. Yeah, Bakes. The Pac-Man looks dope. I bought that one. Fuck, I can't wait to start building it. And see, it sucks because like it's like I bought it so I didn't have to go to the store, and I got to pay with PayPal. So that was kind of cool because I got a PayPal credit card, and then PayPal gives money back for all the purchases and stuff. So like that shit is super cool, which I can't do like actually going down to the store, but you still get your VIP points and everything. And but yeah, I would have had I only known about July 9th, I would have just fucking, or June 9th, I would have just waited. Would have just waited. And hold on, song. Let me see. For anyone doing Underdog, 1 second. I believe it's just promo code Hustler. Yeah, promo code Hustler. Yeah, so anyone doing Underdog, if you're signing up for the very first time to play in their tournament, I can't be in Vegas, and I know in certain areas you can't because they're not legal in every single state yet. But if you do want to get on Underdog, use the link and then use the promo code Hustler. And I believe I forget what they give you for using the promo codes and stuff. But if nothing else, using the promo code helps you support the show. But I believe you get a free entry into something, or like they match money that you're like putting in, something like that. Okay. Oh, what? Bake said not legal in Cali. Let's see. Let's see. And I think, let's see, Underdog Fantasy is perfectly legal in nearly every state in America, including sports betting states like California, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. Says it's legal in California. So the states that it's not legal in: Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Michigan, Montana, and Nevada. So go try it out, Bakes. Use the link and then use the promo code Hustler. see if you can get involved. I can't get involved in the underdog best balls, but I know that they have a lot of different tournaments, and I mean there's a shitload of money, on the table. It's you got to pay attention to the scoring though, because it's like it's a little bit different than our scoring because we have IDP involved. So that's one thing that you got to pay attention to is the scoring. Deanna went to a small school, Eden Valley. Watkins then moved here after high school. We're going to move closer to Hutchinson, where my girl is from. Can't wait. Nice. Okay. Oh man, what the hell? Deanna said left my car doors unlocked and didn't park in the garage last night. Wake up, my Ray-Bans and all my change is gone. What the fuck? What the fuck? And Bake said that's weird. I thought Cali shut down the proposition in the last vote. Well, gambling isn't legal there, but underdog is not like the quote unquote like gambling. It's not quote unquote gambling because it's best ball. So yeah, try it out, dude, and use the promo code. See if it'll work for you. But it says it's legal in California. And yeah, the non-betting states, it's I mean, those are the only states where it's not legal in, is what I said. Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Michigan, Montana, and Nevada. Those are the ones that you cannot play in. But everyone else, you should be good to go. Ooh, Marty, I got family in Hutchinson and Litchfield. Okay. And Dazel. See, where is all that from? Like Minneapolis. Like Minneapolis that's the city that has the stadium and everything, right? And that's the I mean, from the Mighty Ducks, I remember Minneapolis. I was like the main area that they were in. But that's like the main city, right? All right. We're gonna smoke one more bowl and then we're gonna get out of here. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. Don't forget to go subscribe to the podcast, Fantasy Football Hustler podcast and the Silver Screen Breakdowns podcast. Okay, Marty said like an hour and a half west of the cities. Okay. Go subscribe to the podcast, guys. We really appreciate it. And don't forget, if you go to fantasyfootballhustler.com, that'll get you to like literally every link that's like associated with me. So like, we got the Silver Screen Breakdown links on there. We got the Stacking Bricks, links on there for the Lego stuff. Like, make sure you go subscribe to Stacking Bricks on YouTube and on TikTok. I'm going to be getting more fantasy stuff, going on TikTok. So go follow me. If you don't follow me on TikTok at FF Hustler 420, yeah, that's one of the things I really gotta. That's one of the things I really got to start doing more is getting the short form content, going the super short form content going because yeah, it's just more views. And if anybody's well versed in TikTok, Instagram, things like that, and want to get involved with the team, let me know because I'm really looking for someone that can help out with like the videos and things like that. And it will be a paid gig, pretty soon too, as well, for someone who wants to get involved before the season. And MPLS, St. Paul. Okay, those are the Twin Cities. All right. There we go. Yeah, we got a bunch of people here in Minnesota, so it's super cool. And yeah, if you guys do end up going to a game and stuff, man, that would be sick if you guys went to the Chiefs and the Vikings game. Like, that would be fucking sick. That'd be an epic game to go to. So can't wait to see if you guys make that happen. Don't forget about the box break this week. Got a lot of teams still available. The Cards, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Broncos, Lions, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Patriots, Giants, Eagles, Bucks, and the Titans. All available as of now. All the teams are $10, and we're opening 3 separate boxes. A mega box from Panini Playbook, and then 2 blaster boxes we will be opening up. And Dion said going to the Bucks game. Actually, what week is the Bucks game? And there we go. Dennis said me, Marty, and Zach are planning on it. There we go, man. That'd be super dope. What week do the Vikings play the Bucks, Dion? All right, here we go. Finish up this bowl, and then, yeah, we'll figure out some excuses to get back on live. So make sure you got the notifications. Week 1. Boom. So, you don't even got to start off against a high-powered offense. Week 1. Baker Mayfield. Oh, man. Going to be super interesting to see. And Dion said, oh, fuck yeah, we have to match one in September. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Super fire. All right, guys. Appreciate you rocking with us. Make sure you go check out the previous shows that we did, because they are all fucking dope. And let's see. First game, we shouldn't have any issues with Trashfield. Yeah, for sure. And Marco says 420 somewhere. Is that an excuse? So it's always 420 somewhere, Marco. Oh, it's always an excuse, but it is the truth. It's always 420 somewhere. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.